Hey, it's Dave and Evelyn from the Camera Store coming to you from New York City.
Now, we always love coming to New York City, especially when it's for Sony, who launched 2 new products today.
Yeah, we're just outside the creative space, and we just found out about the Sony A9 III, as well as the 300mm F2.8 G Master. All right, Dave, I don't know about you, but everybody seemed pretty blown away this morning by the news of the Sony A9 Mark III.
This is a very exciting camera. There's a bunch of headline features on this camera, but global shutter is #1.
Yes, this is mostly what everybody's been talking about because it opens up the possibilities for what Sony technology is able to bring to the table. Now, we have that stack sensor, and now with this global shutter, it's giving the ability to do unlimited flash sync, so you can shoot at any shutter speed.
Yeah, I mean, this camera goes up to 1/80,000th of a second. That's crazy.
Wait, we gotta check our notes here. Is that right? It's right.
80,000th of a second. So, I mean, all those people that want to black out the sun and just use a flash outside, we can just get rid of ambient light like no tomorrow. I mean, these are like blazingly high numbers, so they're crazy.
Yeah, speaking of fast, you can shoot 120 frames per second, continuous shooting, blackout free, and you also have autofocus, auto exposure with that. And this is really, really cool because not only are you able to do that, but it's a little bit smarter in how you can set up your camera. You can have the C5 button actually change how fast you're shooting at any given time. And you hit the button and you're shooting at like 20 frames per second, all of a sudden you want to go into like 120 frames per second, you just press that C5 and it's going to push you into that mode.
Yeah, it's a very smart design by Sony. I mean, the use case that you talked about there is fantastic. I mean, we don't need to shoot 120 frames a second of everything because we just fill up our cards like crazy. So if you have a more comfortable 20 frames per second and you just need that, oh my God, something's happening, right? I can push the button, 120. It's amazing.
Absolutely. They also have introduced a pre-burst mode as well, so you can have some options there. So you can set that up. So again, if you're shooting something like a special sports moment, you want to get that one individual frame of like the putt going into the goal or maybe like a bird taking off in flight. That pre-burst mode is always fantastic. We've loved it in a lot of other camera brands, and this is great to see it in this here.
But wait, there's a lot more to this camera than some of the inside specs. They've done a whole bunch of work on the outside of the camera as well. They spent a ton of time redefining the grip to make it a little more ergonomic, a little more user-friendly.
Oh yeah, I'd say this camera feels fantastic. It's probably the best feeling Sony camera that I've had my hands on for a very short period of time. Just little subtle refinements are making a big difference here. You don't even have to go to a lower resolution if you want to have 120 frames per second refresh rate. On the viewfinder, you can also go up to an even faster 240 frames per second, but the experience of actually looking through the viewfinder is excellent, and it's such a great pairing for a camera that has this capability. We also have a nice tilty screen. It's beautiful and bright. It's also 2.44 million dots.
I'm so glad you took notes. This is so good.
I know, right? Sony has obviously listened to photographers to create this camera, and we wanted to chat with some other people that are here because, of course, we're in the creative space, so what better spot to collaborate? So we chatted with Ted Forbes, as well as a fellow Canadian Olympic photographer and Sony ambassador, Nick Didlick.
Is this a picture?
I'll be in the...
Is this still?
Yeah, okay. No, we're going to do some video. We're going to be on our interview.
I thought this was a still.
All right, so we pulled aside Ted Forbes and Nick Didlick to talk about the Alpha 9 Mark III. And we were just given all this information. It's kind of an overload. What do you think, Ted?
It's a lot. 1/80,000th of a second.
Right.
Flash sync.
But just think about 80,000th of a second period is groundbreaking. But then you're going to have flash sync up to 80,000 as well as, right? So there's 2 parts for creators in this. You know, so that when you're thinking about outdoors shooting 1.2, you can flash sync and get those unbelievable images.
This opens up things you could never be able to do before.
Right.
It's got to be really cool.
And that was just one part.
That's just one part.
Yeah, one part.
People were cheering about this having a global shutter. Nick, can you tell us a little bit about what a global shutter is, what that means to people?
I mean, the idea of having a global shutter is something that doesn't scan and scan, which has plagued us for years.
We've had the CMOS problem.
Right, and we've worked around this since '94 when we started looking at professional cameras coming into the market. Well, now we are able to just go blink, blink, blink at 120 frames per second, right? With there's no lag, no blackout, no nothing.
Now, is this it on your arm right here?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Of course, Nick has one. Oh, man. Yeah, it feels fantastic.
This is the Nick Didlick model.
Right?
Yeah,
This
no,
is a special
Well,
edition.
and I was sailing earlier. You know, like as a consultant to Sony, I have some access, but I have access to the engineers all the time. So things about the ergonomics right around here. We worked on this for months. You know, I'd meet an engineer someplace in the world, and they would say, "Okay, is this right? Is this right?"
That's a lot.
Right.
That's really
and
comfortable.
so even with your eyes off, you can bring your hand back and hit C1 and C2, and you know you're hitting
know
a
where
function button,
everything is.
and now you can go back to the shutter button. That's one of the big things. This angle, how this has been angled up. Like they think about every millimeter. You'll see some menu items have changed. You'll see things like the asterisks up here on top, because if you go to asterisks, then that brings your ability to change all these modes in the actual function menu. So you can you can work the camera one-handed. So if you're a dive photographer or working terrestrial housings, you can then just actually hold it and work it with your right hand.
Yeah, that's an option we didn't have.
Right. And they keep thinking. And then, you know, there's a new custom function button. Where all you have to do is hold that button down while you're shooting the shutter button, and it goes instantly to 120 frames per second. So you can hear it, but when I hit it, you can just hear the change. So you can decide. You can say, well, I'm going to normally shoot 10 frames a second, but I have an option to make this up to 120 frames a second.
That's a big deal, because there are outlets and agencies, you probably are aware of this, that, like, for instance, I was at Sawgrass, and they have on staff for golf. Well, you don't, I mean, it's nice to have speed for golf, but they were moved to Z9s, and they told everybody to tone it back. Because there were too many frames on the server. So now you have the option.
You have that option, and I know this is a big concern in the industry, is like with the data stream, 6 gigs at 1.3 seconds is going to be 6 gigs of data, raw plus JPEG. You know, how are we going to deal with this, right? And you're going to have to be smarter about how you set your camera and how you shoot. So it's going to be really interesting going into the Olympics and the kinds of images we're going to see and how people are going to work with this camera.
No, I think it's brilliant. Well, and as an accomplished photographer, you lean into it a little bit, and that's another skill that you... You don't have to work the way the camera tells you now.
No, and you know, that's why Sony's always listening to, you know, the professionals and the others in the market. But, you know, now I can do fly sync.
This is a breakthrough that we've waited for 20 plus years. I mean, you know, ever since, you know, it used to be when CMOS became the sensor of choice, you know, because of low light. You didn't really have it with the other alternatives and stuff, but it scans and it's slow. And this has been the dream all along.
Right. You know, it was about 95, 96, I was a consultant to Kodak, back in their big heyday. And I sat in the engineering part in Rochester, and they said, look, what if we gave you a camera that, you know, could globally catch a thing, we could download it, we could do all these magic things. And I said, that'd be fantastic. How much would that be? They said, well, it'd be about $120,000 US per camera. And with the new firmware updates that are coming, it's just gonna open up a whole bunch of worlds for people, both on the professional photojournalism sports side, but for nature, wildlife, wedding, all sorts of,
Super exciting.
Thanks so much, Nick.
Thanks. Well, we could talk about this all day.
Okay,
On your video.
Okay, I need the camera back. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us. One of the other exciting announcements today was the firmware updates for some of the older models. Now, is this something we can expect from Sony, that there's going to be more firmware developments to support older models?
So that's a good point, and starting from our flagship model, Alpha 1 and Alpha 7S Mark III, we start the update based on market and creators' feedback, but we hope we will be able to implement these functions to more entry level.
All right, Nick, we got not just the camera we're talking about today, but a brand new lens as well, the 302.8 G Master lens, and I think you have one, don't you?
No, not for you. Here, you want to, no, you can't have. Yes, okay, you can hold it. There you go.
You know what? This thing is incredibly light, and you talked about the balance, a big part of it, right?
Right.
You can support like on a body and a lens, right?
Right.
So.
But the first thing you want to do is feel this camera, feel that lens. You know, it's not only ridiculously light, the button, so it has a new design to it, but there it is. That's the 300 to it.
So small, lightweight, like incredibly lightweight, completely hand-holdable. Well, we got 2 XD motors.
Yeah, but you know, really what this for me, you know, I've shot wildlife with this, I've shot sports with this. You know, it's become my favorite lens.
Your favorite lens.
Like,
That's saying something.
50-something lenses, and my 135/1.8 was my favorite lens. This is now my favorite lens. You know, I can carry it just on a strap. It just sits right here. Pick it up and shoot it. But it's extremely fast, and man, it's friendly.
I mean, the camera's getting all the love today, right? But people are realizing that this lens, you know, we've been spoiled with the 400-2.8. spoiled with the 600mm lens. Now the 300 really sort of nestles in there in a great spot and a fantastic lens for Sony.
Yeah, and you know, with the upcoming Olympics and other sporting events that we have, you're going to see a lot of sports photographers using this on the indoor venues, I'm sure.
That I don't doubt. All right, Nick, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for giving me this camera and the lens. I'll see you later.
No. Thank you.
No, all right.
Well, Dave, it's been a couple busy days here in New York City, but I'm so glad we had our chance to get our hands on the pre-production A9 III, as well as this 300mm GM lens. This is pretty special.
I mean, let's get the 300mm out of the way first. It's spectacular. It's fantastic. Very lightweight. Sony has carried on their tradition of making some phenomenal glass with their G Master series. So, not trying to push this one aside at all or anything, right? It is a fantastic lens.
But the camera is where things got very interesting. Bringing new technology to the table, having this global shutter on a full frame camera is amazing. Now, of course, we haven't seen this before because you haven't been able to overcome things like ISO performance and dynamic range. And Sony says that they haven't compromised on this.
And it all comes down to the global shutter. I mean, say what you will about the ergonomics, and they've made improvements to this camera that way. The functionality of this camera is very good. Say what you will about the Sony menu system, for instance, right? But we can't deny how important a global shutter is in the industry.
Yeah, this really is going to change things, especially when it comes to flash photography. It opens up the doors to so many different possibilities, and I'm excited to see the direction of that. I think flash photography has kind of been forgotten, and it'll be nice to see creators maybe take advantage of that, stretch the limits. I think it's going to be really fun. We also have to mention that this has a 24 megapixel full frame sensor that's backed by 8 stops of in-body image stabilization. And I know you, Dave, yeah, with this lens, you're able to hand-hold shots at very suspect shutter speeds, and you got some great results.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, the lens is phenomenal, but yeah, I certainly was shooting some lower shutter speeds, and I was able to pull off some very sharp shots. So very impressed. In-body stabilization with 8 stops, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and we are hoping to get a production sample very soon. We'll be able to go into more details in video, image quality, all those great things. But of course, for now, we want to know, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on both of these announcements? Global shutter, the movement of technology. Are you going to get more into flash photography? Let us know in the comments below.
If you're into sports and action, are you excited by the push of a button up to 120 frames per second? Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
And if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll catch you again very soon.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. If you want to check out more of our recent content, click up here. And if you're a Canadian, you want to support local, check out thecamerastore.com down here.